All right, so got a really nice new camera and don't know if it's going to do everything I want it to. Those of you wanting to know, you're watching my stream on a IPEVO document camera. In theory, this will actually, it'll go up to 4K. Problem when you collect shit. You have shit on your horizontal surfaces. So let's hope it all can look sharp today. It's been a fun week. Today is the 6th of, today is now the 6th of May. No, May, 6th of June. The 6th of June, and we are now in a new era of the pandemic. We'll see if that gets me canceled. But there's been a lot of things going on in the last couple of weeks. I'd like to give Rand Paul a thank you and a thumbs up, because Rand Paul has been the man for many years. Even though I don't like Rand Paul particularly well, he's in that same category of politicians for me that Ted Cruz is in. Ted used to be my guy. But when your wife collects some money from Goldman Sachs, I got to ask you exactly, with her working, not currently at Goldman Sachs, but with her collecting that check, what are you doing? Why are you even in the game anymore? You've won. Hey, Apollo Patriot. I hail the Greek mythology, and I love my blue Twi'lek women. Hell yeah, Apollo. How's Apollo doing tonight? Yeah, tonight I'm finishing up this test on my brand new camera. Hopefully, you're going to have a good detailed show. Like I said earlier at the start, this is an IPEVO 4K document camera. And I'm hoping that it gives you guys a good visual acuity so you can see exactly what I see. While you're miles away or continents away from me, I want you to be able to see what I see. I think that's really how it should be if you're into hobbyist work like this, because sometimes you don't get that detailed analysis when you're looking at this and you're going, why is Bruce doing that? Why is he using this color? Why is he on that texture brush? No, it's been a good week though. This has been the week where I was doing victory laps. When I say I'm doing victory laps, For the past year, we've been wearing masks and reciting things like stop the spread or slow the spread. But big questions could never be asked because they would never get answered. And now, thankfully, about 4 weeks ago, Rand Paul, he's a doctor. He started asking this Fauci guy, what exactly do you know about the Wuhan lab? Because there's some photos going around about Fauci and Michelle and Barack at a Wuhan lab in 2015. Now, the fact checkers will tell you it's false. It was circulated on right-wing leaning websites. I saw it first on Facebook. That's, by the way, that's far from a right-leaning website. But it was interesting to see people squirm. And then about 4 weeks ago, finally, somebody on the right got serious. And they started talking the way they should. Why isn't this happening? Why are we not discussing the origin of your virus? We hear that you help fund the studies of it. What's this gain of function that you guys are involved with? And man, Fauci started acting kind of squirrely. And when I say he's acting squirrely, I mean the guy couldn't give us a straight answer to save his life. So he goes on the shows with the big names from CNN or MSNBC, and they got a softball shit to him. They gotta lob it in there. Hey, it's not that bad, Anthony. You know, we're gonna just blow some smoke up your ass and make you look like a hero because you are. Maybe 3 weeks ago, for reasons unknown, about 3 weeks ago, BuzzFeed sent a Freedom of Information request in on Fauci's emails, and they got them. They got the emails out of Fauci's computer setup. And when one of the emails from March of 20 says, "Hey, listen, this doesn't look right. The virus looks like it's got some engineering marks on it." Fauci sent it to one of his assistants and said, "This is too long. It's 75,000 words. I can't read it." But then in Fauci's email stack, his replies to his companions and his people. Man, I'm loving this. Saturday Night Live, but Brad Pitt is me. They made me look like Brad Pitt. I've never had this level of celebrity before. This is great. Little guy's more in love with seeing his own self on television than he is with anything to do with his job. Fauci's showing us all his true colors. I don't want to read that. It's too long. Here we are. Here we are. We're just asking questions. Fauci, where'd you get this from? People from China saying, "Man, Fauci, that was great. You totally took out that criticism and hard question about the Wuhan labs. It made it seem like it came out of a bat." So nobody has found a bat that's carrying the COVID-19 virus. Nobody's found a bat that carries that. We're finding everything else. Wasn't it Bruce Lombardo that said for the past year, just put up with the bullshit, lay low. This is all BS. This is a dog and pony show. I believe I did say that to everybody. Just try to not be in public so much. And I'm never going to say, COVID's not real, because COVID's very real. COVID's a very real virus strain. I'm just going to tell you that COVID is not the death dealer that they want it to be, because it isn't. There's no way in hell it could be what they want it to be. This thing is the most toothless virus in the history of propaganda. And everybody's out there for the past year saying, we got to beat it. We got to beat it. No, motherfuckers, we beat the virus. We beat it. It's probably airborne. This is unsubstantiated, okay? I'm not a doctor. It's probably airborne, though. And close to 80% of people have at one point have had the COVID-19. Only way you didn't is if you wore a mask, or actually if you wore an actual respirator when you went outside and you did nothing for the past year with other people. Which is funny because you go to the store and they're all masked up, plexiglass between you and some cute little checker. She's gained about 15 pounds since COVID. Everybody's gained about 15 pounds since COVID. Lifting 5-pound bags of flour is not going to make you fit. It's not even really going to help you out that much. You need to go back to the Atlas workouts, do the push-ups, do the sit-ups. You need to run, which means you probably shouldn't be having a mask on. Probably shouldn't. Not during your exercise. So, all these people were trying to force us into this new way of life. This is a new normal, which we rejected. Majority of people reject the new normal. We're not part of it. We're not going to take part of it. You want to be part of the new normal? You go ahead. But you miss me with that bullshit. And most of America said, miss me with that bullshit. And there's no reason for people to actually try to be hermits. You are a social species. You are meant to go out, see people, go to churches or bars or sporting events. You're meant to go out and not just work and hunt all the time. You are supposed to go out and fraternize. And what they did to the American public was wrong. What they did to the world was wrong. And so many people nowadays have Stockholm syndrome where they're wearing a mask, driving a car by themselves. They're talking about Fauci's emails on the radio, and this motherfucker over here driving his Prius or his Volkswagen, he's driving with 2 masks on. Because Fauci said back in February, it might be a good idea to wear a couple extra masks. Paula Patriot says he's done some Turkish SWAT uniform outfits for his game, but he's doing more Russian stuff. Thank you, Paula Patriot. Guys, by the way, if you've not seen Apollo Patriot's memes, that man makes some fire-ass memes. He makes some amazing memes. What are you doing listening to this guy's memes? You always talk about this guy's memes. Because they're fucking good, that's why. If I talk about somebody's stuff, if I talk about somebody's product, what they provide, the people around them, and I'm talking about it, it's not a paid promotion. I don't get paid. This is my hobby thing. I do this on weekends. But Apollo Patriot is a very skilled young man. He's part of that new breed of shit talkers that doesn't really talk shit. He just makes some funny fucking memes. Now, mind you, he does have a hard-on. I won't say that. He does have a a knack for making Dave Filoni memes, which I find kind of funny. I don't value Dave Filoni that much, but others do. Filoni's no Kathleen Kennedy, but he's not exactly somebody I trust with a fucking IP that I take any reverence for. I wouldn't doubt it if Dave Filoni did make a Babu Frick series just so we could have a really bad idea come to fruition. Oh wait, Brie Larson, come back. We're going to put you on camera. You're going to be Mara Jade. Apparently that's not going to happen now, which doesn't really break my heart much. I didn't like, and I will never like, Brie Larson. No matter how well you guys inflate her tits for a weekend, she will never appeal to me. She is almost a Jenny D level type of celebrity, celebritard as I call them. Aaron Pedantic and his mods got upset because I was supposedly being a racist in his Discord earlier this weekend, and that's okay too. You guys can have your feelings, but being a racist, no. It's just common Midwestern speaking. If you're from the 70s or 60s and you got a guy that's, hello, how may I help you? At a convenience store, in common parlance between you and your friends or coworkers, you would call him a Haji. Haji was the name of Johnny Quest's best friend from the 1970s show, or 60s, I think, Johnny Quest. Johnny Quest is one of the best Hanna-Barbera creations ever made. I don't know why people don't watch more Johnny Quest. That kind of makes me upset because that was a show that you watched to enjoy some Saturday morning cartoons because they were violent, they had action, they had good plot. Apollo Patriot says, I'd do it for the Phantom Menace for free. Yeah, the Phantom Menace is mainly housed on geeksandgamers.com website. In the forum section, how many memes do you have up there? Over 750? I hate Dave Filoni, but I like him because Dave Filoni talked crap about my Greek mythology. And he says there's not a whole lot of female goddesses. Aphrodite and Athena. And if you're going for aspects of femininity that embrace protecting the home and protecting your civilization, you don't need much more than that. Although I would have rather seen Poseidon be a female, just because I've been on the ocean a few times. It can be capricious. Men are generally not capricious. Women can be capricious. But there's no reason for people not to understand that, other than the fact they're just being stubborn and stupid. This is a brand new Earth Elemental I bought. It's another WizKids figure. I'm not a big fan of WizKids, but WizKids makes a really good line of figures. And despite their social media virtue signaling and pointoring for Black Lives Matter, which is a bullshit communist group of people, I will say that WizKids does make a fine, inexpensive modeling product. You're not getting something super detailed, but you're getting something that's going to be of use to a gamer at a game table. What I would really like to do, I can't wait for Ords to send it to me. Ords is going to be sending me the miniatures that they use for their new game, Jakar. So they'll have their miniatures sent back from me for their game, and it'll be on YouTube and their other social media. I'm looking forward to that. Okay, Paulo Patriot says he's got around 1,100 memes, 1,150 memes, something like that. He doesn't really know, but I think we ought to have a celebration for him when he hits that magic number. The magic number would be pretty impressive. He hits, 5,000 memes. He's only been doing this for about maybe a year. He starts doing that, those numbers. Take notice of the man. Give the man his due, as he has earned it. He has earned it. Not enough people do things. Not enough people do things and pursue them with a fervency. I like miniatures because I have an entire table of miniatures I have to paint. I just bought another $200 worth of miniatures because a friend of mine had a sale on hers, and I'm like, you got Reaper figs for X percentage off? here's my tax return. Ching. But more importantly, I bought myself a little bit of time and reprieve because the girlfriend doesn't like our sleep number bed. Sleep number bed is kind of irritating. Hey, Tim Christ is in the house. How you doing, Tim? So anyway, the girlfriend and I bought a new purple mattress, and that'll be shipped out over here in about 2 weeks. Tim, I'm showing off my new camera. This is an IPEVO camera. It does up to 4K in resolution. I think I max out at 780p. Yeah, 780p or 720p on this. It's StreamYard. Not bad. I'm about to hit the sack. I just saw you on, and I thought I'd say hi, sir. I appreciate that. Derek Greeks Gamer Hater, look at my memes. That explains so much as to why you have Filoni in all your memes. Tim, this was only $110 on my Amazon Prime account. There was others that are like it that were more expensive, and they offered nothing as far as any noticeable difference in quality. Everything was saying 4K or 2K. But for this being what it is, I think I've got a pretty good setup here. Let me put a wash together and see what we can do with that. Tim Christ is a Warhammer and other modeler gamer. He likes modeling kits. Dude, if you're doing stuff like this, I think you might be pretty impressed. Because I'm really impressed with this. Yeah, the $15 cameras are not the way to go. I mean, you can get away with it, but why? You'd be better off to buy yourself something that's going to last you, that's going to provide you with the detail you need if you're doing something like this. I think Machini 90 is going to go for this once he sees it tomorrow. I'm not trying to sell it to him. I'm not going to try to get rid of this. This is mine. But I'm just saying that compared to my other camera, which fades in and out because of the spatial difference. This one here seems to be really good for doing any sort of document or paint work. Monday, depending on how I feel after my second COVID jab, oh man, I'll be on LDG's backstage building my dual Gundam model. Damn. Well, I hope your second COVID jab treats you pretty okay. I've had some friends that they had antibodies already, and they got a Moderna shot. So now they're in the hospital, and they should be out about Thursday of this week. But their recovery's been really slow. I was talking about Fauci and how we can't trust him anymore, but we shouldn't have trusted him in the first place. He did an AIDS paper years ago, and if you ever want to read up on somebody, something inexpensive for a camera. If you're going to get a document camera like this is about $110, $115 on Amazon Prime. The Logitech ProStream 922 is, I think, $40 to $60, depending on where you buy it. Tim's asking for an inexpensive camera. The ProStream isn't bad. You can angle that. Just if you've got like if you've got a big room, it'll grab something somewhere and it might go out of focus when you're trying to be in front of it. And then it'll eventually zoom in on your face. But the IPEVO camera is what I'm using right now. He never did trust that buffoon. No, Fauci, he would lead too many questions in a conversation. He would contradict himself. Bruce, I don't even watch the TV. Funny thing is, I only watch all the Phantom Menace people, even Wes Moody's webcast. Wes Moody is fire, dude. He's great. The webcams I have flicker a lot. Yeah, the one I've got, the bottom half of it, if I point it straight down while it's on a mount, the bottom half is static, looking like a 1970s Magnavox. So I have to not do that. There's something loosening in the connection. It's not made well. But we'll see how that turns out. Yeah. Tim, have yourself a good night. Get some rest. And hopefully I'll see you tomorrow over at LDG's stream. I'm looking forward to seeing what your Macross model looks like. I do love me some good Gunpla model kit work. So take care of yourself. Thank you, sir, for showing up tonight. Paul was like, if I got a camera, it'd be from the 1990s. I had a 480 camera, a 480p camera. That back then, that was pretty sharp because they were only doing the 200p cameras. And this one here was like really good detail. Doing a Gundam model. I wish I had a Macross kit. Well, the good thing is that with the economy starting to rebound, I think you're going to see more of that dropping in price a little bit. I honestly believe that. I think the economy is going to rebound now that we've started putting some common sense together. Hopefully we have that happen. Where I live, we can now go to the store without a mask on, which is great because I have not wanted to wear a mask for over a year. And a county over, we haven't had to wear a mask for months. That's an interesting kit. All right, let me get one of these guys that's almost finished, and I'll wrap him up. I do like that little goblin. Hetty, how are you, hon? Popping in to say hello and God bless, Bruce. Hey, I'll take all the blessings I can get, hon. I'm testing my new model. You was up too late last night. Well, I don't want to keep you up that late tonight, just up reasonably late. Tonight I'm painting models. I was thinking about reading from Shift Elijah's story, but I wanted to get my testing on this camera finished. I finally got it. It took me a little bit to work on getting it to where it would focus right, because I was setting it up from a different rig and it had more space. I had put it about 2 feet off the desk. And now that I have it proper, I've learned what it's actually optimized for. Here, show this guy off. So, Hetty, is John Talks on tonight, or was he already on? I miss John. I haven't seen him in a few days. It just feels so good not to have to worry about stupid COVID. Tired. So cool. Don't know. Well, Paulo, you contribute to the community of outfitters like it's nobody's business. That's your bread and butter, man. I mean, you do more outfit videos than, well, no, you do more memes than outfit videos, but your outfit videos are what's causing you a lot of discussion outside of Geeks and Gamers. Okay. Oh, this hobby is amazing. This is a way for catharsis to be entertained. You wanna do something to where you don't have to worry about trying to find a way to relax. No, you get it yourself a couple dozen of these models, get yourself some brushes, and then just go for it. Go whole hog. Ghost Recon community, there are people watch my videos. That's good, because you've got some amazing work that you've put in to Ghost Recon. One thing I like about Ghost Recon is the level of insane choices and options you can give to your character avatar, which is why you're making all of those videos, all the different things. Yes, Heidi, this is almost as exacting as doing dollhouses. Actually, I feel dollhouses a little bit more, because I've never heard somebody that does this and they sell their product for $300. Whereas a guy could make a dollhouse cabinet, a little cabinet, 3x4, and he sells that for $200. There we go. Dollhouses are great though. Okay. Hetty, do you have a microphone and a camera? It's just a question. I have a Brazilian military member who watches my videos, and I get all types of people, even Swedish. It's fine, Hattie. You got to go too soon. It's all right. I'm going to be in John's chats later on this week. Won't be working as late as what I did this last week. This last week I did 60 hours for my job. 60 hours is a long time. Don't like doing that much. I'll do it. The pay's good. But I'm getting to the point now where I realize the commission is really where it's at. Hetty, you're having trouble hearing? Well, you have yourself a good night. Get yourself some rest, okay? I'll see you soon. I'll see you, dear. Hardworking man. I love you too, babe. You're a real sweetheart of a woman. We don't intersect a lot. You have yourself a good night, though, okay? Took off age 18 off my videos and found a way to get more subs. That's awesome. And by the way, in the chat just now, they offered me Apollo. They were trying to tell me that I could hide that or I could show that statement because apparently it hit the YouTube censors, what you just said. I don't know why. I don't know why they did that. Makes zero sense why YouTube does what they do sometimes. Yeah, I know you don't say anything too crazy at all. You try to color within the lines, and that's something I can't do, but you do it really well. I guess YouTube knows me too well. Well, they might. I don't think you're that hard of a person. I don't think you're that like disrespectful to the community. All right. Dude, I love it when you talk to Ords. That's one of the highlights of the week. When you get into Ords' channel and you start giving him a little bit of hell, and he starts having his little fit. That's a lot of fun. From my perspective, that's when it starts to really gel up because it's you can hear the fact he likes you, but he also is like, God damn it, Apollo, what are you doing? What are you posting on my channel? You can hear it in his voice. Just add a little bit of edging or dry brushing to this magic staff she has. Hey, Bone, how are you, sir? This is the new IPEVO camera that I've got. I'll be using this on Mach-E 90 streams. This thing is pretty good. You know, Apollo, I did see your Geeky Pixie memes, and if I laughed a lot, it was because it was funny. Now, supposedly Mary Mayhem's got it for another person on Instagram or something to do with like this lady that's kind of in the periphery of the fandom menace. This Geeky Lizzie, and Geeky is now in the same bad spot as what this other individual was. But Mary Mayhem seems to be laying a little bit off. She's not doing the hounding she was earlier, which is good. But yeah, your Geeky Lizzie memes made me laugh. I mean, I hope you got to see that. Let's see. Either wait for orange. Nope, not on there. So how's Bone doing tonight? If Bone is still in here. I know I don't have a huge, exciting stream going on. I'm doing painting. I'm using a camera. I bet Pixie dropped the soap. Damn. Damn. That's a few levels of wrong, but that's still funny as hell. And more than likely, it's very true because Geeky Pixie was getting in with all of the people. She was getting chummy with everybody, which was really weird because most of the time they don't take well to somebody new like that. Yeah, I think the Geeky Pixie stuff was getting a little out of hand, but I can't tell people what not to talk or gossip about. I tell people things like, don't give Disney your money. Don't pay people if they don't like you. I feel bad for Mark too. He got kind of fucked on the entire deal. But catfish is part of the internet experience. If you've been on the internet for a few years, I'm sure you know somebody who they were catfished. And they got hooked. Well, he's a military veteran, and that's messed up. Pixie doing that to a vet. Listen, Pixie just deceived a lot of people, not just one guy, not just a couple, hundreds. Hundreds of people were bamboozled by Geeky Pixie. I'm not going to say that I wasn't. I just didn't get exposed to Geeky Pixie. I saw it in a chat a couple times. I think it was on my subscription list, but they're gone now, supposedly. What makes somebody want to do that? What would make somebody want to create a false persona? Was it the attention? What was it? Why would they do that? Well, no, we do need the usury. We do need the way for us to make money, but we don't need to make it in a way that finds conflict with our morality and dogma. Going out there and hurting people financially and emotionally, that's a pretty low level of evil. That's pretty far down the list. And what Geeky Pixie did to all those individuals, it's pretty sad. Paulo, have you been playing any new games lately? Have you played Door Kickers Action Squad? It's a good thing, he says, that yellow flash called up Geeky Pixie. Yeah, it is. It's really weird all that started popping off. Now they're saying Halo Infinite is not going to be that good. What do you think about that, Apollo? Were you waiting around for Halo Infinite? Now that they're putting a kibosh on it, they're not going to release it on time. What do you think? I don't believe in catfishing, but I will go for catfish on the lake. Hell yeah. Apollo, do you ever watch Action Figure Therapy or AFT? I think you'd dig it. I think you'd dig that really hard. You have a bunch of G.I. Joe action figures from the 80s come out and talk to you. It's almost like a PSA, an old school PSA. Well, Apollo, let me just try to turn you on to this wonderful group of people at AFT. And you should look for a video called Strip Club Etiquette by Jungle. Jungle does the recon work for Joe's. And he discusses how hard it is to keep such a wonderfully manicured mustache and keep himself on the reels because he likes to be real with his people. He gives you all the do's and don'ts of how you conduct yourself at a strip club. And the way he talks, you think he's from Killeen or something. By the way, Fort Hood is probably my least favorite military installation of all, just because of all the problems they've had there. I wasn't close to the family, but I know the family that lost their daughter here about a year ago out of Fort Hood. That's a rough situation. But that's not the first time Fort Hood's had problems. Yeah, Halo 3, Halo ODST are the two high points for the series, in my opinion. Halo 2 was great. Halo 1 was amazing. I liked it better on PC than Xbox, though. I'm a WASD mouse guy. Okay. Okay, it's got a red fedora. And you're like, hey man, Halo Master Chief Collection has all the Halos on it. I know. Don't think I don't look at it all the time. Sure as hell do. Then I look at the rest of my collection on PC that I have yet to play because I never have time. When I do make time to do it, I go to a game I've already got 300 hours in, like World of Warships or Grim Dawn, Path of Exile. Those games are solid in my opinion. I would love to beat Doom one of these days, but last time I played Doom, I died a lot. So I'm like, okay, time to take a break. And then I went back to it later that night and actually beat that level. So I was pretty happy. I just had to get my head back in that mindset again because the Doom is not the same as what the old Dooms were. This new Doom they've got out, you have to have a rhythm when you play. You got to do your movement. You got to switch to chainsaw after a few rounds, unless you want to run out of ammunition. It's just a lot. Halo Reach is my top favorite campaign. It's great. You should play Ghost Recon Future Soldier. It's pretty good. You know, I might have to do that one of these days. There we are. Yeah, Ghost Recon looks really good. Not gonna lie. I've also got some 2D platformer games on my PC I want to beat too, not just first person shooters. I like first person shooters, very much so. The problem I have is that I'll be like, oh, let me download Unreal Tournament again. And I go to download it, and I download it. Instead of playing something new, here I am playing a game that I've played for the past 20 years because it's nice and comfy. It's like when you're single and you call your ex up and you guys have great sex again because you're good at it. Me and Unreal Tournament have never had sex, but if it was a woman, I would be hot to trot after it because I always find that comfort zone in that game, and it's just glorious. Ghost Recon 2 Summit Strike. The game I've been thinking about recently is actually the old Nuclear Strike from PlayStation 1, where you have a helicopter and you've got to pick up passengers and refugees and take them across these maps in Russia. There's a guy in a prison outfit that he's wired into your every move, and he tells you where you need to go to next. And it's a pretty intriguing, pretty well done game. It's nice to play old games, old comfy games like that. A lot of people don't know what to think of that whenever they are like, oh, I want to play this old game on my PlayStation 1. Well, pull it out and play it. Find yourself some quality time with Tony Hawk Pro Skater. Pretty certain that you're going to enjoy yourself if you do that. There's nothing wrong with this. The entire reason why we kind of congregate together is because we all enjoy the same the same thing, the same hobbies. There's a little bit of bleed off here and there, but most of us listen to each other more than anybody else. Need to get Mercenaries Part 2. It's good. The Mercenaries game I played a lot of was MechWarrior Mercenaries. That was well done. All right. Yeah, I was thinking about Sudden Strike the other day. Sudden Strike was a really good action adventure game, and it would be more in line with like Diablo or insert action RPG here, because the action was great and it was fast and furious, but it had a control scheme you had to get used to a little bit. Once you did that, you were fine. You realized just how much of a gold medal winner it really was. Battlefield, you play Battlefield? Man, not my favorite game series, I'll just say that. There we go. All right, so I've been on for a little while. We're going to be shutting it off. But you'll be seeing me tomorrow or later today with Mocking 90. And says Battlefield 5's World War II was so bad, don't play it. And he blames EA and Westy. It happens. People get money in their head and they don't think about the quality. Hail Apollo, have yourself a great night, and thank you for showing up tonight. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow, wherever you may be, and I will drop by your thread at Geeks and Gamers. You have yourself a blessed night. Thank you for hanging out with me, sir.